Welcome back to my videos. In today's video, we are going to be doing a handful of things. We are going to, one, make a fungo bat for a buddy who I messed up the first fungo bat. If you haven't watched that video, go check that one out. The only thing that was wrong with that other fungo is I painted it the wrong color, so we are going to make him a new one in the color he asked for. Project number 2, we are going to finish the bat that we started on the last video where we put the American flag logo on there. I think it looks sweet. We got to get that finished. And project number 3, we still got to work on that backdrop because I am tired of these videos having this fan and that water jug and this bag and those dog leashes all in the background. So we are going to finish up that hopefully in this video. That way there's a nice clean backdrop behind me, not this mess. So getting right into this fungo, we are going to make it the same exact dimensions as the last one. So we are going to make it 36 inches long. I have some custom dimensions that I wrote down on the last one that we are going to use on this one. The only difference between that one and this one is we are using a different type of wood today. So usually I use maple billets for these fungos, but this time we are using a poplar billet. So it seems to be a very popular wood for fungo bats. You can't make regular bats out of them, they just don't hold up. But fungo bats, apparently they are light and they hold up well, so I'm excited to try it today. Another thing to note, in the last video I was talking about B-grade wood and how it varies in weight. Fungo wood also varies in weight, and just to kind of prove how much of a difference there kind of is, the B-grade billet that we made, the American flag bat, that billet was 97 ounces. This billet, which we're going to make a fungo, which is supposed to be light and easy to swing, this billet is only 59 ounces, so it is substantially lighter. So just kind of showing how much wood can vary in weight. Again, if you're going to make a 33-inch bat yourself, trying to stay around 85 to 88 ounces will work perfect for you. But with that out of the way, I have the ends marked on this, so let's get it on the lathe and let's turn this thing real quick before getting into the other projects. Okay, we just got done carving and sanding the fungo bat, and I've got to say, one, man, it's hot out here. It is heating up in Kansas. And two, I wish all baseball bats were made out of poplar. This stuff is so easy to work with. The blade and the gouges, they just cut right through that poplar. It looks clean, it sands nice. So if you are a wood turner or you're making fungos, I highly recommend this poplar. It is so much fun to work with. So we are left with this now. Got the handle in there. The handle looks real good. If you watch some of my other videos, I have screwed up handles in the past. And this one is looking ready for paint. But before we get to paint on this one, I am going to update you on the other bat that we are working on in this video. So all that's left to do on that one is putting some names on the barrel and putting some finish on it. So let's get right into that. Alright, so after putting some finish on there and cutting off the ends, this is what we are working with. I think that this finish looks pretty cool actually, with the gloss finish. Really brings out the grain. This logo looks great. I covered the barrel because I put those names on there and I didn't think that I need to share that online, but I'm really happy with the way this bat turned out. So now that that bat is finished, it's time to get back to this fungo. So the next step is to put some paint on it. Last time I made this bat, I used a maroon color. He wanted a bright red, so we are going to use a bright red this time. So on these fungo bats, I like to put the line at 19 inches from the knob. On a regular baseball bat, I'd put them 18 inches from the knob, but these are just a little bit longer, so I put it a little bit higher up on the bat. The last time I painted on a video and did a two-toned color like this, I had a comment asking if I could show how I make the line straight. So I'm going to do that now. It's very easy. It doesn't take much skill as long as you just take your time. So the first thing we have to do is we just have to measure out where we want it. So I kind of eyeball it, but I put the tape measure up. So that's right at the knob, and we are going to put it right here at 19 inches where we want the line. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some tape, and the key is to keep the tension on this edge here. If you keep the tension in the middle, the tape is going to want to like wrap around the slope, and you won't have an even straight line. So to do that, we just put it at 19 here, put our end on there, and then keep the tension on this edge of the tape. And as you can see, the tape is not going to stick down on this edge because it is a sloped surface. So we just keep the tension on that edge until eventually we come back on the other side and we rip it off. And then usually I test to see if it's straight just by turning on the lathe, and it'll wobble real bad if it ain't straight. So as you can see, we have some wobble in there, so this isn't quite straight. So I'm going to attempt to do this again. It may take a few tries to get it right. I'm going to use a new piece of tape just because this one's got some sawdust and whatnot in it. It might not stick as well the second time.
So right at 19. Trying to keep it perfectly straight here.
We'll see if this one's any better. That one's a little better, but it's still got some wobble in there, so I'm going to attempt this yet again. I'm going to use the same, I'll switch tape, why not?
So, 19 inches. And trying our best to keep the tension on there, keeping it straight.
And that one is looking pretty good. There might be a slight wobble in there, but it is not too bad. Then all I'll do after that is just put a few more on here just for some overspray protection. And we are ready to paint this barrel. All right, so we have our gloss red. This is really bright, so we are going to put it on this barrel form. Let's put the first coat on now. And just like always, we use real light coats, and we'll throw more on and more on until it looks good. So before we move forward with some bats, let's get an update on this backdrop slash sign. So last time I showed this off, it was just the gray piece. So now I cut a piece to go behind it, and I painted it white. That way it just stands out a little bit from the background. So I think that is looking very nice. And then over here I cut out a frame for this pegboard, and I think if I frame it right, it'll look pretty good. So the logo will go right there in the middle, and let's keep going on this. All right. Check it out. This is the new setup. I'm not quite sure how it's going to look with me standing in front of it, but without me standing in front of it, I'm real happy with the way that it turned out. So as you can see, it's just made out of foam, so it's real light. It's hanging on there, and I think that the lines turned out pretty clean. I really like having that white behind it. I think it really makes it kind of pop a little bit. I think that's a nice touch. One thing that I did not share earlier is I tried to install some lights in there. So check that out, huh? Lights. So I wish I would have had the lights go throughout the whole deal. I just put them around the outside. I think it looks all right. You know, someday I'll upgrade this, but for now, I'm pretty happy with it. So let's get back into the other projects we got going on. All right, so we are done with this fungo bat, and I think after we chopped off the end and painted it and chopped off the handle, she is ready to go. She is looking real nice. I think that this red color looks really cool on this barrel. The white logo pops. I think that overall this thing turned out really good. It's pretty light. I'm curious how well this poplar is going to hold up. I've read online that it's great and that it kind of compresses and denses up, and it's real strong for a fungo bat, but I'm a little nervous about it because it is super light. It can't be more than 25 ounces, so it is a pretty light bat, but I'm excited to give it to him. I hope he likes it. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you could leave a like, I would greatly appreciate it. Consider subscribing if you enjoy this. I post videos like this quite often, so stick around for more bat projects to come.